I deal with on a personal level, not only on a business level, but something that kind of is just one of those deals that you deal with when you're when you're self-employed and you're in business for your own, and there's always someone that has some comment, some smart comment, degrading comment that they feel like they need to share, whether no matter what industry you're in, and if you don't punch a clock at 9 to 5 in a bank, or wear a suit and tie, or wear polished shoes, then in some people's eyes you're just not doing what they want to do, or you're not doing what they feel that you should do, and 9 times out of 10 the reality is it's a jealousy approach, and they're upset because they can't do what you do for a living, and that ties into, I've done a video on it before, but it ties into self-worth, and knowing your passion, knowing your dream. So to all the guys and girls out there that are watching this and are self-employed and have a dream and are day by day, it's always a struggle, whether you're accepting a paycheck from somebody else or making a paycheck for your own. It's always a struggle, but don't let the naysayers get you down. So the topic of this video is the ego in whitetails, the ego in the whitetail world. Sadly, there's a lot of properties out here, not just in Michigan, but all over the country, that are being hampered, are being handcuffed because of their private landowners. And there's a lot to be said about why big deer get harvested out on federal and state grounds every year, is because it's not, the ground is able to do what it's able to do, and how it's able to perform, and just takes the right person to be able to go in and do that. So back to the point of your private land being handcuffed, that's directly pointed, I guess, I have no problem saying that, directly pointing it at the folks that are out here that feel that they are fit to do habitat improvements, or because they have a cornfield, or because they have a soybean field, and they're hunters, then they don't need advice, and so that's fine. But and I don't take anything from that. I mean, if that's your approach in life, and that's how you want to represent your property, and that's what hunting means to you, that's great. I'm all for it. I don't ever degrade anybody for it, but don't reach out on my social media comments or my Facebook pages and tell me that what I'm doing is wrong, and because the truth is, what you're doing is nowhere near correct, and what I have to offer as far as my business and habitat improvements and is correct. It just takes the right person to not have an ego because of the word whitetails, and because of the word hunting is thrown in, and it puts people in a defense mode. And that's not what this business has created. The people that are excelling, and the people that are reaching out, that want knowledge, and are filling my mornings up with talking back and forth on YouTube comments, or emails, or text messages all day, phone calls all day, those are the people that are going to excel. And if you're not, if you don't need that help, that's fine. There's nothing, like I said, if you don't reach out, I'm not saying that if you're not one of the people that reaches out, you're not going to be successful. That's not what I'm saying at all. But if you're one of the people that are trolling on social media, just looking to degrade someone, and I guess you need to focus your attention somewhere else, because it's not doing any harm to me. You're doing nothing but fueling my fire. So with that said, the way I look at it is I take this whole ego in hunting world look as what the issue is what I'm asking people to, I always talk with guys and girls, guys and gals, about their properties, and what it is you have to be willing to understand that, just because you drive a truck, or you drive a truck and you drive a Chevy Duramax, let's say, and your wife drives a new a new Yukon, it doesn't mean that you're a just because you drive a vehicle doesn't mean that you're a vehicle mechanic or a certified technician. And if you think about that for a second, that's exactly the thought process that needs to go along with the whitetail world. And the whole whitetail coach has got a lot of positive response, but it's also got some negative comments from people that just feel like they need to beat dirtbags, and that's like I said, it does nothing. I just laugh it off. It does nothing but fuel my fire, because there's people out there that are taking the advice, going the extra mile, and understanding that just because they drive a pickup doesn't mean that they're a Chevy mechanic, certified Chevy mechanic. And it's no different than just because you hunt doesn't make you a habitat or a hunting strategy professional. And that's what I am. Like I said, I'm a whitetail coach. I believe very strongly in what I do and what I have to offer. And I'm not speaking for just myself on this, because there's a lot of guys out there in the world that do what I do, and there's a lot of guys out there in the world that get the same slack and the same nonsense that I get on a daily basis. So, like I said, what I'm asking for the guys that aren't going to reach out, that's fine, and that's great. And there's a lot of hunters out there, and I'm not saying that, like I said, I'm not saying that if you don't do business with Whitetail Driven Solutions that you're not that you can't be successful and you're not a hunter. That's not at all what I say. That's not at all what I promote. I have many chats with folks that I never do any habitat improvements on their property, whether that's friends, family, past co-workers, whatever that case is. There's a vast amount of excellent hunters in the world, but there's not a lot of people that do what I do out there. Just as what it is there's not a lot of certified diesel mechanics that know what they're doing. And until people in the outdoor world are willing to accept that, that's just something that we have to deal with in this business on a day-to-day basis. So on a coaching side of it, the moral of the coaching story here is one is to don't let the negative comments hinder your property. Don't let somebody else's attitude in your area, in your county, your neighbors. Don't let anybody else's negative comments bring you down. You've got to have a success story. And I heard a thing yesterday that kind of resonated to all this. As a young lady was talking, and she said that you're having a story is great, but telling your story is even better. And that's that story is what changes people's lives, and that story to me is my experience. And I hope like I said, if it benefits you, that's great. If you're willing to listen, that's fine. If you're not, that's fine too. But on the other hand, that's towards the people that need a boost today, and the other half of it is towards people that feel the need to tear people down on a daily basis because they have something that they don't. I have many friends that live in Texas with huge ranches. I have people good friends of mine that business acquaintances that own $1 million lodges and run hunters all over the country. I have the list can goes on and on. I have a great friend of mine that's a doctor, and his wife. They do very well, and I'm proud of them. And they deserve what they have. They deserve what they are put their hard work into. And there's a lot of power in putting that faith and patting someone else's back versus sticking an axe in them every time they turn around. People don't realize what that does to people. And when there's things that need to be said, there's things that need to be said, and everybody has their ground, everybody has their own opinion. That's fine. But in this world, especially with this nonsense that we're dealing with right now with the coronavirus, it gets a little extreme at times. And like I said, I'm strong enough. I've got enough value in my self-worth that I just laugh it off. But when it's done to somebody else, which started this whole video that I was doing today, watching other people tear people down, and it has nothing to do with my business, but just listening to people talk and their gums flapping, and they have no idea about the struggles that person went through to have a successful self-employed business that they have now. And that all ties into the business that I do and what I have to offer here with Whitetail Driven Solutions. and the happy customers that I have all over the country now, and 48 properties within a year that I've designed, and the rest of the year I'm probably going to hit 75 this year, and we're going to continue on. So the naysayers, you need to take yourself off my social media, take yourself off whoever else's social media that you're trying to tear down, because it's not getting anywhere. It's making you look nothing but like a jerk. So I take that to heart. I guess you want to take it from there, you can take it from there. If not, go about your way and have a great fall this year, and I wish you the best. And it's at some point it's good if people start returning that same energy back towards people that deserve it as well. So that rant is kind of a rant that I feel it needs to be out there in the industry, the hunting industry in general. Everybody has this chest pump ego world that they live in, I guess, when it comes to hunting. And the fact of the matter is there's a lot of things that could be better. There's a lot of things that you're overlooking that professionals, like I said, one example is the truck. Just because you drive a truck doesn't mean that you're a certified GM mechanic. There's things that you don't know, and just because you do laundry every day and you cook on an appliance doesn't mean that you're an appliance technician. So in those worlds, it seems like people are okay with hiring a technician to fix their laundry, their washing machine, and they're fine with somebody fixing their stove, but and they're fine with somebody fixing their truck that they can't fix. But boy, don't say that you're in you're a whitetail coach, or you're a habitat manager, and you help people be successful on their hunting lands, and people reach out to you, and people, that just drives people completely insane. But fact of the matter is, it's a great deal. I love what I'm doing, and I have what a lot of people don't, and that's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with taking the heat. So this whole, like I said, the whole reason that this is a whitetail coach video is just that, is to promote some people, is to bump some people up. If you're one of those people that are getting those arrows shot at your back, and you're one of those people out there that are listening to this that you have family members tearing you down, saying that it can't be done, everybody that you turn to is a naysayer. That's what my slogan that I live by is, StayDriven, and that's exactly what I say to multiple people a day on a professional and a personal level, is stay driven and put your trust in the Lord, and he definitely has a mission here, a path for everybody. And this just happens to be mine, and whatever that is of yours that you're listening to, whatever your path is, take it and excel, and pat yourself on the back when you need to be patted, and don't get discouraged about other people that just consistently tear people down, and that's how they get their daily fix, and that's okay. That's I guess I'll end it by saying karma's a bitch. So, but we'll go from there, and if anybody, I got some holes here coming up. We're just getting back to the shop today, and we've got actually a local piece here to do this weekend, and then we're off to a couple hundred acres down in Mecosta County here on Sunday. So if you got any questions or concerns or topics or whatever, guys, feel free to reach out, and like I said, make today the best it can be, and stay driven. Thanks, guys.